Hey everybody, I'm Brandy at the Stampin' Up! Home Office, and today I get to show you a great project kit. It's called Enjoy the Little Things. It's this adorable little clipboard piece. It's a stand that sits by itself, and you can see at the top it's got the clip. You get to make 13 different adorable inserts to go on your clipboard. So let's start by checking out what comes in the kit. First of all, the kit comes in this adorable little reusable box. This is going to be a great place to keep the inserts that you don't currently have on display. And then the box comes with everything you need to create the 13 different inserts. You've got fun backgrounds, lots of laser cuts. This kit has a ton of texture, so you'll see some fabric and doilies and wood, plus some glimmer and shine. I especially wanted to show you these cool laser cut foil sheets, lots of pieces with the little gleam on them from that. And then, of course, the clipboard itself comes in your kit. This has 2 layers to it. It stands up like this on your surface. It comes like this, all ready to stand and stay put. It's very sturdy, hard board. It's almost like a chalkboard texture. And then you have this nice brush gold clip to attach your project. This is the kind of project that you'll want to grab some friends and get together for an afternoon to put it together. Or you can contact your demonstrator who will be able to provide all of the different supplies that you'll need to go with it. There are a few ink pads and a stamp set, so let me take a minute and show you what those are, and we'll get started with the creating. The biggest thing that you're going to need is this fun array of the different ink pads that we use to create this kit. There's Tangelo Twist, Watermelon Wonder, Delightful Dijon, Mossy Meadow, Mint Macaron, Soft Suede, and Crushed Curry, plus the archival basic black ink pad. In addition to those, we used our Enjoy the Little Things stamp set. This goes with the kit. It's pictured right there with the kit in the catalog and is a really fun one to have on hand for future uses too. You'll want to have a few clear blocks to go with the sizes of stamps you've got there. And then you'll definitely want our fine tip glue pen. There are a lot of small little pieces you're going to be adhering, so be sure you've got that. And some dimensionals, because some of those pieces you're going to want to pop up and give them a little bit of height. In addition to that, you can use whatever other favorite adhesives you have. I'm using my snail adhesive. This is like my right hand. I like to keep it on hand all the time. And then glue dots, which are always handy to hold on pieces that are a little heavier. So now that we know all the supplies we need, let's get started making the project. What I did is just open my instructions right up, and you'll see that they are numbered. So I started with number 1, and also as you look at the die cut sheets, you're going to notice that they have little numbers next to them as well to help you identify exactly which pieces you need for each of the inserts. So number 1 is this cute little Be Brave with the arrows. One tip that you're going to want to keep in mind, always remember the clipboard. When you use this, it's going to be clipped on like that, and so a little segment at the top is going to be covered up by your clip. So each time you go to assemble one of your pieces, just remember to leave a little extra space at the top so that it'll look good that way. These were all just punched right out of the die cut sheet, and I used glue dots to adhere them to the little wood pieces. My snail adhesive worked really well to adhere this little piece of linen cloth right to the cardstock. And then you're going to stamp. I used the archival basic black to get that part done. And that's your first insert. So for the second one, it's this cute little Celebrate Today. You're making a fun little shaker balloon here, and then there are a couple of other balloons as well. These pieces are all ready for you to be able to make a balloon shaker out of them. You can actually discard the middle, but this edge piece is already shaped and prepared for you, so this is going to be super easy. You've got a little covering on both sides, so just peel to expose the adhesive on one side, and then just stick this down right to your large balloon. And that gives you kind of a well, a place to put your confetti. In your kit, you'll also find these little sheets of stars. You've got a couple sheets of black and one of white. If you get these all stacked up so they line up just right, you can actually push the stars out of all 3 layers at once. Just get something sharp that you can push through that won't actually poke them. Okay, once you've got all of your stars punched, you can just gather those up and sweep them into your hands so that you can get all of them right into the center of the balloon, just like that. Okay, the sequins go on several of the projects, so you're just going to use a few. About 7 looks just right to give it a little shine without overpowering it. And then all you're going to do is peel this little backing. Okay, and then you'll see this little window sheet in the shape of a balloon ready to go right there in your kit. And you're just going to bring it directly down onto the project. There's a little static there, so move quick and sure and get it straight down on there. And then the actual glue tip pen here worked really, really nice to adhere the frame on top. Just finish this cute little card off by attaching the layers together and a glue dot for your bow, and this one's all done. Card number 3 is Choose Happy. This one is so cute. It has fun little paper flowers that you get to make, so I'm going to show you how to do those. It's just kind of pile those up so that they're all together and pick it up, and you're just going to use one of the brads that came in your kit and just press it right through the center. Again, it doesn't matter if that part is perfect, just get it to go through. And I'm going to open my brad backs there so this is ready to go. Now to make the paper flowers, all you do is lift one layer at a time. Start with this inside layer and scrunch it up together really tight, and then go to the second layer and you're going to scrunch it as well, but just not quite as tight, and you will gradually go a little looser and looser with each one. This next one is called Love This Life. Isn't this cute? This one's so quick to put together. You'll just find your piece that has the butterflies printed on it, but then separate from that, you've also got a few butterfly die cuts. There's one of each color, kind of the Delightful Dijon, Crushed Curry, and the Watermelon. Each of these 3 has tone-on-tone stamping, so you'll use the watermelon ink on the watermelon paper, and so on. And then just give those wings a little bit of a fold and use the glue dots to attach them in the center so that they stay in place. This one has that really beautiful laser cut foil piece in the little wreath design. There's also a plain white heart behind here, so don't miss that. You're going to want to layer that, and that way you don't get the polka dot showing in the spaces here. And again, some tousled thread behind this wooden piece here. Enjoy the little things, and this one has the cute little stack of teacups. Remember my tip about leaving space at the top, especially on this one. You'll run out of room if you're not careful. There's a little bit of stamping on the green cup, and of course for your greeting there inside this gold cup. You can use dimensionals or snails to stack these up and make sure they overlap one over the other. I started with the blue one and stacked it downward from there. Is the pretty little Dream Big. You've got some layered feathers here. There's a gold and the mint macaron and the mossy meadow layers. Little tousled thread again. And the fine tip glue pen will work really nicely for you to apply the sequins here. My tip on that, instead of trying to put your glue onto the back of the sequin, before these are in place, just use that glue tip and put the dots of glue right where you want your sequins. Then you can bring the sequin on your finger in and just lay it right on the dot of glue. This is another example of when you just have to have that fine tip glue pen. It works so nicely for a project like this. Let's go ahead and show you how that works. I'm just using the teeny tiniest bit of glue, like the smallest amount that I can get to come out at once, and I'm just making dots. Now I'll just use snail adhesive to attach these 2 layers together. And see how it's got this cool window effect. So now the word make looks like it's got the Watermelon Wonder, and count has the green showing. And there's my finished piece here. Okay, next one says Harvest Pumpkins Leaves Autumn. I love it. You're just going to punch out all these different letters and papers and just layer them on here stacked up the way it shows. You're using a couple of the wood elements, and they already have this texture printed right on them. And then these acorns, you'll find those in your sheets, and you're going to do a little bit of tone-on-tone stamping on several of those before you actually adhere them. And that one is finished. Okay, next one says Find Beauty in the Ordinary, And this one has that same trick again, where you've got a piece of paper that has the colors on it. The actual card looks like this, so if you're careful about how you adhere it, you end up getting those colors showing through the window, which is really fun. This next one has to be my favorite. If I had to pick a favorite, I love them all, but look how pretty this is with the starburst shapes. One of the great things about this kit are all of the laser cut pieces just being ready to go like this. And here are the two that go on this project. You're just going to go ahead and layer these up until you like the way they look and adhere them to the front of the card. And then, simple as that, just add the Just Be, and again, a wood accent with a little bit of tasseling. Here it is. This next one says, "Have yourself a merry little Christmas." Pretty simple to put together. There are 3 different triangles that you're going to find from your die cut pieces and stamp. You're going to layer those on with some wood elements, and then again, just some of your laser cut words. And you get a consistent look because we've used that same idea again, where you just stamp part of the image with the wood accent, and you've got a really beautiful, unique one to use at the holidays. Okay, are you ready for the last one? This is number 13, and it's so simple and beautiful. You just have a really fun little cutout that says, "Throw around like confetti," and you just attach your word kindness right there. When you adhere it to the white card, that makes all of this confetti pop out from the laser cut. And you also are going to add a couple of sequins to it to finish up that one. I just cannot say enough how much fun this kit is to put together. With everything prepped for you and all of these beautiful colors, you are going to be in love with your finished project. And for the price you pay for this kit, the amount of stuff you get is really phenomenal. I also think this one would be so beautiful as a gift. Imagine if you bought several of these kits and put them together for some of the special people in your life. It comes in that beautiful box, and you could just package it right up into the box to give it away. Be sure to contact your demonstrator today and get your party booked so that you can make your own Enjoy the Little Things project kit. Hey friends, you know what you should do? You should totally subscribe to the Stampin' Up channel. It's a lot of fun. You get to learn stamping stuff. I think it's right in here somewhere.